Picture this: a prehistoric monkey, hungry, digging through the forest floor, finds some rotten fruit, eats it anyway, and 10 minutes later is falling out of the trees laughing at nothing. Congratulations, you just witnessed humanity's very first session, and that's just the beginning. Alcohol, the party that started itself. Long before any human invented a drink, nature was already fermenting on its own. Fruit that fell to the ground, exposed to wild yeast, naturally turned into alcohol. Scientists even have a theory with a B-movie name for it: the drunken monkey hypothesis. The idea is that our primate ancestors were eating fermented fruit millions of years ago, and the ones who could actually handle the alcohol survived better, because fermented fruit usually meant more calories and easier digestion. So your ancestors didn't choose to drink. Natural selection literally rewarded whoever had better alcohol tolerance. Your uncle who can drink all night and still win at pool is just fulfilling an evolutionary legacy. Once humans got to farming, about 10,000 years ago, it didn't take long to notice, hey, if I leave these wet grains sitting around too long, something good happens. Beer was born. And yes, some researchers actually argue beer might have motivated farming even before bread did. Mushrooms, the shaman's literal trip. At some point in prehistory, someone, bless them, ate the wrong mushroom in the wrong place, and instead of just getting sick and learning their lesson, they got visions, heard colors, and watched the ceiling melt. Instead of never going near it again, humanity decided, this feels important, let's turn it into a religious ritual. There's even a theory, a pretty controversial one to be fair, called the stoned ape hypothesis, suggesting psychedelic mushrooms may have influenced the evolution of human cognition. Most serious scientists treat it with a lot of caution, but it became legendary anyway, because imagining your ancestors having history's first philosophical meltdown is too funny to ignore. Cultures in Mesoamerica literally called certain mushrooms flesh of the gods. Translation: your ancestor shaman ate a mushroom, saw a god, and the crowd said, cool, let's build a religion around this. Coca leaf. The Andes energy drink. In the Andes over 3,000 years ago, local peoples noticed something interesting. Chewing certain leaves made exhaustion disappear, hunger fade, and breathing easier at altitudes where breathing alone is already a workout. That's how coca leaf chewing began, which, unlike its modern reputation, served a completely different purpose back then, helping people work, travel long distances, and endure the mountain cold. It became so socially important that it turned into a trade item, a religious offering, and basically social currency in the Inca Empire. So while medieval Europe traded favors for gold coins, ancient Peru was running on spot me a coca leaf instead. The flower that built empires. Somewhere in the ancient Middle East, someone decided to cut open a poppy pod just to see what would happen, and discovered a resin that relieved pain and brought a deep sense of calm. The Sumerians around 3,400 BCE already had an affectionate nickname for the plant, the joy plant. No irony intended. Its use spread so widely that centuries later, opium literally helped reshape entire trade routes, moved empires, and we won't call this one a joke because it turned into actual war, sparked real international conflicts. A cute little flower, and look at the mess it caused in world geopolitics. Tobacco and betel, the regional classics. In the Americas, tobacco was smoked, chewed, and even used in healing rituals long before any European ever set foot on the continent. For indigenous peoples, it held deep spiritual meaning, not a recreational one. On the other side of the world, in South Asia, people developed the habit of chewing areca nut with betel leaf, a mild stimulant still consumed by millions of people every single day. Basically, all across the planet, humans independently arrived at the exact same conclusion: hey, this plant does something weird and interesting to my brain, and documented it the only way they knew how, through rituals, remedies, and traditions. Notice the pattern? In almost every case, the discovery started with an accident, curiosity, or sheer desperation, never a careful plan, rotten fruit, the wrong mushroom. A leaf chewed out of boredom, a pod cut open out of curiosity. Humanity isn't nearly as calculated as history books make it sound. Most of our biggest discoveries came from, what if I just put this in my mouth? Next time someone tells you ancient history was all serious people making grand plans, remember that a huge chunk of our past was decided by curiosity, accidents, and some seriously questionable courage.